Good morning, sir. I'm Chandana from CSE. Today I'm going to explain about climate change effects on health from environmental science. First of all, these are the contents what I'm going to explain about. Introduction to climate change and health. Next, next air quality and respiratory health, heat related illness and water quality and access, and food security and nutrition, mental health and challenges, at last health and inequities. Next, I'm going to explain about a case study about investigate the health consequences of heat waves in Europe. In this, first I'm going to explain about introduction to heat waves in Europe, overview of heat wave trends and vulnerable populations, impact on mortality rates and socio-economic impacts. At last, I'll conclude all my topic with this conclusion. First of all, introduction to climate change and health. Climate change refers to long term alterations in temperature, precipitation, and other atmospheric conditions. These changes have profound impacts on both physical and mental health across populations. Understanding the links between climate changes and health is essential for developing effects and inventions. Next, this is the slide about air quality and respiratory health, in which the air quality must be 100% pure to save our secure our lungs and our health. Climate change exacerbates air pollution, leading to increased levels of allergens and respiratory irritants. Poor quality is Poor quality air is linked to respiratory diseases such as asthma and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, which is also known as COPD. Vulnerable populations include children and adults, elderly, are at greater risk for adversary health and health effects. These are the heat related illness. Rising global temperatures contribute to increase in heat waves, which can lead to heat exhaustion and heat stroke. Vulnerable groups, including the elderly and those with pre-existing health conditions, are particularly susceptible. Prolonged exposure to extreme heat can exist cardiovascular and respiratory issues, which includes the parts will damage heart and lungs. These are the major damages for our health. Water quality and access. Climate change affects water supply and quality through increased flooding and drought conditions. Contaminated water resources and water sources can lead to waterborne diseases such as cholera and dysentery. Ensuring safe water access is crucial for maintaining public health in changing climate. This is a food security and nutrition. Food also plays a major role in our health and climate changes. Climate change impacts agriculture productivity, leading to food shortages and increased prices. Malnutrition can arise from reduced access to nutritious food, particularly in vulnerable populations. Climate related events such as droughts and floods further threaten food systems and security. This is the mental health challenges related to climate changes. The stress of climate change impacts, such as natural disasters, can lead to mental health disorders, anxiety, depression, and post traumatic stress disorder, which is also known as PTSD, are commonly among affected populations. Community resilience and mental health support crucial in mi- mitigating these effects. And these are the health inequities. Climate change disproportionality affects marginalized communities and exacerbating existing health disparities. Access to healthcare resources, and adaptive capacity varies significantly among different socio-economic groups. Addressing these inequalities is a vital for promoting health equity in a changing climate. And this is the case study which is related to in heat waves in Europe. Now I am going to explain about investigate the health consequences of heat waves in Europe. First of all, I'll introduce my topic with the introduction to heat waves in Europe. Heat waves are the periods of excessively hot weather, often accompanied by high humidity. These events have increased in frequency and intensity due to climate change. Understanding their health consequences is vital for public health and planning and the response. This is the overview of heatwave trends. Europe has experienced a significant rise in average temperatures over the past few decades. The frequency of heat waves has doubled since the 1950s, with projections further increases. Major heat waves like those in 2003 and 2005 has led to thousands of excess deaths. Next, vulnerable populations. Older adults are particularly susceptible to heat related illness due to physiological changes. Individuals with pre existing health conditions such as cardiovascular diseases face higher risk. Low income communities often lack the resources and support during extreme heats and impact and molarity rates. Research indicates a direct correlation between extreme heat and increased molarity rates. The 2003 heat wave alone resulted in a steep 70,000 excess deaths across Europe. Future projections suggest the climate change could lead to even high molarity rates during heat events. Socioeconomic impacts. Heat waves can lead to significant economic burdens on healthcare systems. Productivity losses due to heat stress in outdoor workers can impact the economy. Vulnerable populations may face the additional socioeconomic challenges, exacerbating health risks. Extreme heat undermines the working capacity of individuals, resulting in lower productivity, thus the economic output. In 2003, economic losses attributed excessively heat amounted to 0.5% of European GDP, which means gross domestic product. This is 2.5 times higher than the losses experienced during an average year over the historical period 1981 to 2010. Losses of over 1% of GDP were recorded in areas with high exposure to heat and showing a large share of outdoor work. And these not only this economic, it also affected the uh, agriculture also. The impact on agriculture is the wines from 2003, although in scarce quantity, were predicted to have exponential quality, especially in France. The heat wave made Hungary fare extremely well in the Vallinius 2003 International Wine Contest. A total of 9 gold and 9 silver medals were awarded to Hungarian winemakers. In 2003, European heatwave saw the hottest summer recorded in Europe since at least 1540. France was hit especially hard. The heat wave led to health crises in several countries and combined with the drought to create a crop shortfall in the parts of southern Europe. The death toll has been estimated around 70,000 people. And at last, this is the total conclusion for the topic. The health consequences of heat waves in Europe are significant and multifaceted. Addressing these challenges requires coordinated efforts between government, health services, and communities. Further researchers and policy inactivators must prioritize the protection of vulnerable population during the extreme heat events. Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving this wonderful opportunity to explain about heat waves in Europe.